This is Jason's Electronics Repair. Welcome to my ER. Hopefully this is working and the playback works and everything's good to go. I had an issue yesterday on stream that abruptly caused me to end the stream. I had a leak in my bathroom that was flooding into the hallway, and we have that solved now. And I am going to be able to pick up on this Nintendo Switch where I left off yesterday. So let's go over what was going on yesterday with this Switch, why we let some people show up to the stream. So I'm just going to give it a minute, see if anybody pops in. It takes a little bit of time for the notifications to get out. I didn't schedule the stream because in all reality, I didn't know I was going to stream. So the bench is still a mess from the work I did yesterday. I haven't gotten back out here yet. So hopefully everything is working fine. Need those. Don't need that anymore. So, one viewer, hello, welcome. Hopefully we get the amount of people we had yesterday, because that would be just fantastic. Okay, so that's gonna bug me that that's not clean, so I'm just gonna clean that real quick. Hey Travis, how's it going? How's your Sunday treating you? I got my mess cleaned up, and as soon as I'm done with this, I am going to go and get the parts needed to get my toilet fixed so it doesn't overflow again. So that's fun. And it's old pipes here. You know, the pipes are like, this house was built in the 80s, so the pipes are like almost 40 years old, so they're not in the greatest of fantasticness. So, Phil, how's it going? I'm doing great, fantastic. Leak came back last night, and then I had to fix it again. So, but I think it's pretty much good to go until I fix it later today, permanently. So, but I guess the water wasn't fully shut off yesterday, and about 4 or 5 hours later, it was slow. For 4 or 5 hours, it was slow leaking into the wall, and we ended up catching it late because the carpet in the wife's bedroom got wet. So we got fans on it and all that stuff. All right, so we left off with this liquid damage switch. Let's just give a brief overview because I did have a minute to clean this board off stream, and I used the what is that stuff called? Contact cleaner, the WD-40 contact cleaner that I hate. I took it outside and I sprayed it down. So, and then I lightly brushed it with a toothbrush. So all that white film is now gone. That stuff does really good job. I hate using it indoors. Stuff's nasty indoors. But if you look, even by BQ, I just have a couple caps to change. Doesn't look too bad. So, if you look on this other side where these caps were being chewed up, you know, it doesn't look near as bad as it did. So, them caps may even still be good. Let's check those for a short and see if those caps are shorted. Let's see here. Nope. See if I can check them to ground here. Nope, not shorted. So them caps may be good. Who knows? So, all right. So we got our port tinned. Hopefully, I need to clean off some of that flux. So I'm going to come in with my little cleaner thing here, a little brush. I'm just going to roll it with the pins. Just rolling it with the pins. This should have been cleaned off yesterday, but, you know, issues. So, all right. There we go. Flood it. All right, I'm gonna let that dry off. What do we got in chat? So Chris is here, Wayne is here. Hey Sarah, how's it going? So hello to all those people. Yeah, isn't it beautiful the way me and Phil love each other? You know. So, you know, we had an interesting conversation, and then Louis Rossman had a video about it, about appreciating where we come from. Like, you know, we all fail sometimes, and then, you know, we get better, and then we forget that we used to fail. It makes a lot of sense, you know. Who'd have think that some people were deep thinkers? But it is true that, you know, when I started, not started in general, when I started electronics, I was horrible at it. I used to burn things up. I used to not understand the concept of value. So I used to be like, oh yeah, that'll work. Oh, the pins are different? Well, it's fine. I'll just, you know, add more solder and connect the pins. But, you know, I quickly learned that, you know, there's manufacturer creates a spec sheet and a data sheet for a reason. And, you know, it's a pretty good reason because it makes things work. So, but I had issues with that for a few months before, you know, I realized that I can't just guess my way through it. I actually had to learn what I was doing. You know, when you're 15 or 16 years old, you don't want to learn what you're doing. You just want to get the job done. You don't want to have to sit there and learn about it. But I'm glad I did. You know, taught me what I know today. So, yeah, exactly. People that they gain popularity on YouTube, and you watch some of their really far back catalog, and it was just like, wow, these people have a lot of nerve to come at, you know, some newer people with that kind of stuff. But now, learning, let's see, there's two types of learning. There's learning on a device you paid for that is your property. So if you mess up on it and you screw it up, that's all cool. I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. I would even try to fix it for you. But if you don't know what you're doing and you have no background or no aspect of how stuff actually works, and you start fixing stuff for customers and you start breaking that stuff, and you're learning and you're damaging things on customer stuff, then that's probably not that cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're learning and stuff, but you shouldn't do it at the expense of damaging customer stuff. Because, you know, take a while back on my second M92 pull, I pulled a pad on M92. And I fixed it. I fixed it first go around. I ran a little teeny tiny jumper. And now I'm forever called the pad puller, whatever. So I pulled a pad on there, and I ran a tiny jumper, and I did that. No problem. I fixed it. So say that was a customer's device. Yeah, I pulled the pad. Yeah, I fixed it. But the value of that switch is not the value it would have been if that pad wasn't pulled. So I lowered the value of that. If I had just switched M92 and not pulled that pad, the switch would have had a higher overall value than it does working with a trace repair. Because despite what people say, once you add trace repair to a board, it is never ever better than factory. it's once you are replacing traces that are in the PCB, it is never ever better than factory. That is not cool. You can put a superior port on and not do trace repair, and then it's probably better than factory. But once you put hot air to that board and you start swapping chips for AliExpress chips or eBay chips or wherever you buy your chips, it's no longer as good as factory. Because the rejection rate on chips from the factory is much lower than the rejection rate of chips from like AliExpress or eBay. So somehow I imagine y'all value to people over the amount of subs made. Oh, not really. I mean, if you're a decent person, I don't have a problem. It's when you act all holy and like you are God Almighty, and there's no other possible way to do it other than your way, and there's no possible parts other than your parts. That's when it bugs me. And I see people that had smaller channels and grew to big channels, and they're just disgusting human people. And then there are people with huge channels that have always been humble, and they're still humble, and they're doing fantastic. So we're gonna add a little bit of chip quick flux to this because why not? All right, so we are gonna all right. That'd be fine. All right, so I got my port. Ooh, how you doing? There we go. A little bit of flux on the port. Okay, so I got my air set to 440. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm going to put a nozzle on it. I'm not going to do the whole no nozzle thing. Well, 440 is hot. Okay, here we go. So we're going to, because I don't have any ground pins to worry about, so I'm just going to get this molten with this nozzle on here. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. All right. I don't know what that was. Yeah, that is, waking up every day being your own boss. That's fantastic. I think that was a bad install, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe not. So, and I didn't turn any irons on. It's fantastic news. So, I'm just going to float these ground pins in the front here. Anchor it down. Come on, heat up. Couple more degrees. There we go. You do it your way, I do it my way. That's how I feel about it. All right, let's check these pins here. It's a little bit off. It might be okay. All right, the pins are good. I think I didn't see it flow. I think that was my issue. We created a therapy session. Yeah, sometimes you wake up and you just like, I'm not doing this. You know, I wake up, I see a message from Phil, and I'm like, oh my God, not again today. But, you know, it's all good. So let me clean this up here, and then we will. All right, let's dump that camera, scope, whatever you want to call it. And I am going to look inside the port. Port looks good. Just get a little bit of cleaning on it. And I'm going to check the port. So all right, so we're going to check this port here, and we are going to do that with my switch document that I'm going to open up here. So let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I need to move this over to here so I can find my switch document. Okay, it's right there. I didn't know where I put the switch document on this PC. It needs to have the name change, it still has the old name to it. Chris, I sent you that email. If you're still in here, Chris, I sent you the email. Okay, so let me bring this back over here. Okay, let me open up the switch document here. Right. Okay, absolutely can be. Yeah, I haven't I saw the title and I watched the intro to it, but I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it. A little late for me in the day. So all that flooding I got, I turned in early last night. Okay, so we are looking for, what am I looking for? I am looking for the USB. So I will show you guys screen 2. So this is what I'm using. This is the switch document. This is, well, 1 page of the switch document. This is just USB information. So I'm going to plug my little adapter into here, and I'm going to test according to this sheet. So that off. So I am going to test this. I really got to get chat on OBS. That's what I need to do. Okay, so there we go. So where am I looking at? Oh, wrong button. Okay, so these are the ones I want. So if I plug it in, say this way, is that way? Yeah. So I plug it in this way, it fits good, it clicks. So I am going to test to make sure I don't have any loose connections under the hidden pins. So let's see how far I can get before I lose quality. Okay, not that bad. All right, so there we go. Now, okay, so it's going to beep. Hopefully the beep comes across. And now we are going to touch ground. So ground, shield. So that's all our ground pins. And then now we're going to look for yellow, which is right here, is, I believe, that is D minus. So D minus. Okay. Okay. Does this one work? Okay, what about my V buses? Yeah, that's just strange. I don't have either D minus or D plus. Huh, that's weird. What about my VCon and my... So VCon is on the other underside, so VCon is connected. What about CC, which is A5? Okay, so that's connected. That's it for that side. Let's flip this over here. And let's check the filter connections. So if I start a D plus thing, that's weird. So if I start on this filter over here, it appears to be, I don't know, I can't even see that filter. Let me zoom in. Oh, my eyes are like going real bad. Okay. Wow, this is not helping me out at all. Okay, so the first one is VBus 1 and VBus 2. So A8 and B8. Okay, so first one is A8 VBus. So I do the top of the filter. So that one's good. This one over here, VBus 2, that one's good. Next pair is pink and blue, which is RX2, negative and positive. So negative goes first, I believe. Yep. Positive works. And then the next pair is your T2 and T1, negative first. T2 works, and then I believe it's RX1 and 2. Nope. Nope, it's TX1 and 2. So TX negative, Tx positive. So Rx negative. Okay, so every pin is connected with them D pin. What the heck is going on with that, right? Why don't I have connection to these D pins? So if I have D minus, which is right here, I should have D minus on one of these. So we're saying every pin's connected but the 4 center pins? Is that what we're saying here? I don't believe that. I don't believe that that is the case. Let's go to this scope here and grab my blade again. So it is basically saying that this middle pin right here is not connected. And this middle pin right, one of these 4 is not connected. 2 of these 4 are not connected. And they're all connected. So I don't know if this has got some kind of barrier that is preventing me from testing that. Does look like there might be some kind of coating on it. All right, let's try it now. All right, I don't know. I'm gonna check chat in a second, guys. Hold on. No, still no D minus. Still no D plus. What the heck? Why? Why is that not connected? Anybody know? What do you guys got? Dreams, how's it going? Yeah, solder the legs. I did solder the legs. I soldered 2 anchor points. I got mine on Amazon. Travis, Amazon will get it to you in 2 days here in the States. Yeah, search USB breakout board on Amazon and you'll see it. They got one for each side. Yeah, I should test it from the pin. I wasn't 100% what pin it was, but let's do that. I wasn't 100% on what pin it was. I know it's the 2 middle pins. I do know that. One of the 2 middle pins. So it's that one right there. So they're connected. I don't know why my board didn't like it. So, I'm sorry you didn't see that, but they're connected. It was the 2 middle pins like I thought. Oh, my scope moved. Oh, it's gonna bug me. All right, so I am going to not stress about that stupidity of that. Yeah, I know they're connected. They beeped. You have to take my faith on it. I mean, we faithed me out on this whole thing. So, OMG, seriously? Okay, my test battery has decided to start to fall apart. Now, I'm kind of curious to see how your little battery breakout cable fill works because I am very interested in that. All right, so we're just going to see if it charges the battery or takes any kind of current whatsoever without changing anything. And then I'll go back and change stuff as I see fit. You know, if this does work, this just goes to show that, you know, liquid damage isn't that bad, or corrosive damage, or whatever it was. Okay, it turns on the meter, and it draws 300 milliamps. Three. Okay, just drawing that. It's a little low. We'll give it a second. I don't know what that battery voltage is. Battery voltage is 4.1 volts, so it's not going to fast charge this battery. This battery is almost 4.16 climbing. So, well, not really climbing. What is going on here? Why am I not getting any kind of reading on this battery? Okay, yeah, it's climbing up. It's gonna shut itself off. It's not wanting to charge this battery. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this. I'm gonna unplug that. I'm gonna finish soldering these ground legs in, and then I'm gonna put it in a housing. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's fine. All right, it's fine. Yeah, I know it's a good point of damaging, but what I do is I anchor these two right away. As soon as I drop the port, the next thing I do before I clean it is I anchor these two back pins, and then I just let it go, and then I test it, and then I anchor the other two pins. I know that's not probably not the right way to do it, and you are probably correct that it does risk damaging them, but that's just the thing I do. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to change when you've done things a certain way. It's just easier to reflow without those two ground legs done. The two back ones don't matter because it'll reflow with those down. So this is the case for it. It's not bad. I don't see any kind of liquid damage on it. This battery is gone though. If you look at this battery, I'm not going to attempt to plug that in. So I will pull this battery out. Yeah, I'll have to, and the case is broken on this. It looks like it's been dropped. It's got a lot of dropped, banged in corners, but I don't think the broken case is going to hurt it. If it works, I think it'll be fine. So let's plug in our ribbon connector. Nice and easy. I don't want to do a ribbon connector today. So we're going to lose these gloves. Hands aren't too bad today. All right. Oh, Bluetooth one is out. Or whatever one black is. All right. Okay, so now that we got all that to where I can connect a few essential things here. So backlight's going. Backlight cable looks a little just want to hit that with a Q-tip real quick. Yeah, it's fine. It just had a little bit. So does this ribbon cable there. All right. Have the tweezers facing the right way, and they're much easier to go in. All right, this one looks a little bit iffy too. If my head's not blocking the camera. Okay, so we got power. We got that. We're gonna plug in my test battery. And we are gonna see what happens. And we press the power button. And nothing on the screen. So probably been bad M92 maybe. P13. See what happens when I add some juice. So, and remember this battery is full, so it's not even displaying on the screen. It's not showing anything. Let's see if backlight is on. And I don't have backlight either. Let's just press the button. Oh, the backlight. Nope, nothing. All right, so let's even drop to 136 milliamps. So let's unhook our battery. Okay, so what do we think it is? We going with M92. We going with P13. We going with a bad LCD connector. Bad CPU. The fact that I didn't have the NAND hooked up. Nobody, seriously, thank you, Phil. Thank you. That would explain like 99% of the issues I just faced. Wow, people. Whole entire chat. All right, I'm just gonna give this a clean here. I'm just giving this a clean. I normally don't pull NAND. That's why I didn't think of it, because I normally don't pull it unless I have to. When I did as much as I did cleaning wise, I had to pull it. Battery is disconnected. All right, let's try this one more time. So this up here with our good battery. Good battery. Let's try to turn it on. Still nothing. Nothing on the turn on screen. Let's check our current now. And 265 milliamps. No battery icon, no powery kind of things. Let's check the backlight. I do not have backlight. Nope, no backlight. So now what can we be having going on? So now that we eliminated my brilliantness of not putting a NAND on, that was weird. Is it the LCD? I see it's not drawing much current, but then again, this battery is. Okay, that port's iffy, I bet. Either that port's iffy or my thing's dirty, which could be either or. So let's see here. The Crossmars T100, I don't know what that is. Still working, and I still noticed. Yeah, I think they are all rebrands. Yeah, Travis, that sounds cool. I wanted one of them pencils for when I do stuff at my old job, because it's more through-hole stuff on that stuff. Yeah, that's how I normally handle it, Phil. I don't take it off unless I have to. Yeah, it's very hard to take a bench iron with you. That's one of the main reasons I got the TS80. I got the P now because I can run it off a USB power bank. And when I used to fly the drones or go to the robotic tournaments where I coached the middle school kids, we always had to solder something last minute. So the soldering iron was the portable soldering iron was a must. So, I mean, it could be a lot of things on this. I'm going to check for some standby voltages, but it could be those caps, but they weren't short, so I'm assuming they're still good. Could be the issue with the Max IC chip having corrosion under it. Could be there was a lot of corrosion, so it could be a few things. It could just be M92 P13. Again, there's no shorts on any of those caps, so it could be my housing. Let's check it in a different test housing that I know works, and that I know that the battery's good, and it will attempt to charge said battery. It will attempt to charge said battery. Okay, so we're gonna plug this in here. You know, this test housing, I should pull out Bluetooth and the Joy-Con rails, because all I do is use this for testing LCDs. So I should just pull out everything but the LCD and the backlight and power. All right. So all right. Let's look up the power button. Like I said, this is my known good. So as it was known good last time I used it for a known good. So there's that. All right. So I'm hooking up. Let's see if it charges this battery. All right. Doesn't show anything on the screen. It does charge the battery at a faster current because that battery is dead, but it doesn't show anything on the screen. It doesn't show charging. And it's not doing the reboot of the meter to turn on. So and no, I do not have backlight. So we'll flip this over. Okay, so that is charging. So I want to check this battery voltage and see what the battery voltage is at. So 3.8 volts, 3.87, and definitely climbing. So it's charging the battery. I'm going to let it sit to 3.94 volts. And it is charging almost half an amp, so at 15 volts. So let's check chat here. It's a tip. We're gonna read that. And set of tips order 2. Yeah, that's good. Hey, 4Wizzy, how's it going? 4Twizzy, how you doing? Yeah, I need to get back in touch with you. I am having a time, let me tell you. My house flooded yesterday. That was fun. I gotta see, does anybody know how to set up Zoom without the NDI interface? I'm trying to set up Zoom to use OBS, but it keeps telling me I needed this NDI interface. But when I put that on the last computer, it just kept loading every time I loaded OBS, and it kept trying to force me to do Zoom instead of OBS. So I had to like stop a bunch of stuff every time I opened OBS. It was very annoying. So I'm assuming when I installed it, there was a thing I had to check to make it not do that, but I'm not sure. I'm not the best at doing computer software. I try to put the least amount of stuff on my computer. So battery is at 3.9. It should have kicked on, but I didn't see it do a reboot. So I really got to get I got to get a driver for the meter so it connects to the computer. When I downloaded the software, I didn't download the drivers. So I haven't had a chance to download the right ones because there's so many drivers. And I just need the one for that meter exactly. Oh. Still nothing on the screen. But so probably gonna go with P13 first, because no shorts. There's no shorts anywhere, guys. M92 looked a little rough, so could be that. I'll take another look at it. But again, it could be corrosion under a max IC, because these two max ICs right here had a ton of corrosion around them, so it could be corroded under these max ICs. It's hard to say. The connectors look clean. I cleaned out all the connectors, so it's not going to be that. Yeah, this is just about at 4 volts. 3.8 it should have turned on anyways. It's at 3.9. So we'll just check to make sure it's not the power button. So we'll plug this in again. And no charging symbol on the screen, no boot, none of that stuff. So I have another switch that charges batteries. Fantastic. All right, let's pull this back apart here. And this is my test housing, by the way. Huh, that's weird. Hold on, let me get this out. I'll tell you what Wow, that is very warm for not displaying on the screen. So it could just be a output thing. Oh. Let me just get something here. Okay, that's gonna bug me. Okay. Found it. Never mind. I put it in there. All right, so let's see here. Of course, that's not in there. All right, so let's hope this has some juice in it because I felt some heat. So I'm going to get my test battery and I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to plug it into this thermal imaging app that I am there going to open. All right. Huh? Be a big boy. Be a big boy. And it turned off. Fantastic. Come on. Please tell me if you're dead or not. I think it's dead. Oh, it just connects and then it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge this on the charger here. So I'm just going to get in the way of the camera as least amount as possible. What is this? Unhook my USB-C charger here. I'm going to plug it into my cool charger bank that shows me the current that I never use. All right, so look, this little cable has a light on it. That's awesome. So I didn't know that cable did. I'll buy those in the future. So it's drawing 600 milliamps at 5.2 volts. Okay, so we're going to charge that camera up. I don't think the pass-through works. It did. I got it to work once, but I don't think I can get it to work now. We'll try it. Okay, so we're going to go through this hassle again. Hey, Steve, how's it going, man? Good to see you in chat. Really good to see you in chat. Okay, there we go. So I have the thermal imaging app while it's charging, which is something that's awesome. So this is going to be a nightmare. So we're going to put that right there. And I have so many cables. Oh, I'm aiming it at the ceiling. Wow. Okay, so we're going to hold it like so. And we can see. All right, so there it goes. Now it's starting to. Why is it not oriented the way it is on the phone? Okay, so I need to go like this to make it look like it is on the phone. No, I need to make it like this if I want it the way it's on the phone. Okay, so I normally don't have the charger connected to this, so what? No, not time lapse. What happened? Okay, so something's lagging. Wow, frame rate. This is wow, that's awesome, Phil. That's so cool. Um, I may have to check that out. Hey, Steve, send me that link in an email. I want to check those out. Because I don't see. Oh, URL. Oh, there is a URL there. Short URL. Yeah, I don't know how to make that work. I don't know how to make that work. So, okay, so does this even. Well, the frame rate when it's charging is worse than the frame rate when it's not charging. So I'm going to hook this battery up. And the camera has frozen. What happens if I disconnect the charger? Can you guys believe this frame rate on this thermal imaging camera? I mean, are you guys. This is. But if you look at it, when it loads, there is a hotspot right there, which is this Max IC that had corrosion under it. And it's not going to get me any kind of fun. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the frame rate on this. But it's definitely hotter around that max IC. And just the battery's connected. It's not even it's not even hooked to the charger yet. Just has the battery hooked up. Okay, this camera's done pissed me off now. All right, I'm gonna let it charge up. I'll let that charge up, and I'm not gonna be angered by it. One day I will have a C Compat Pro, and I will forget this horrible, horrible experience with that crappy, crappy camera. Yes, reflow the max IC. Yes, I have replacement. Yes, I have them in stock. Yeah, I told you that pin supply is nice, Phil. Oh, I like the readout on it, man. That readout display on that thing is huge. Mine's got all kinds of garbage you don't need on it. Well, I need it, but in the general repairing console stuff, all that little waveform garbage and things that you'll never ever use, that's a very good supply. I mean, there's features that mine has that yours doesn't have, but in a sense of repairing things, I don't really think you need what mine has. um, yeah, it's yeah. When I saw that Rockseed made one of those, I was very surprised, and for the price. I mean, and that was just by circumstance, because the one that you showed me that I said do not buy, um, it in the bottom where it says other people have bought this or viewed this, that Rocksteady power supply was down there. So it, you know, I saw that and I was like, yeah, I wonder how many people actually went from the one you showed me to that Rocksteady one, because it's a superior unit, and it wasn't that much more than the one you showed me in the first place. So, bonus there. All right. All right, max IC time. All right. All right. Oh, that's good. That's what I wanted at. All right. All right, let's aim scoop it up. How does it look for you? Quite there. get some stuff out of the way. No, I'm going to use a chip lifter for this, just because. No, I'm not, because I want to see what the corrosion looks like underneath. So I want to lift it straight up. Doesn't work. All right, let's add a little bit of flux to this. Oh yeah, let me be a good boy and protect that connector. So hold on a second, guys. I'm going to protect that connector because I'm going to be a good boy today and not teach people bad things. Oh, that sucks. That's going to be fun later. All right, so get that out. Not really the only size Kapton tape I have. There we go. All right, so let me cut a piece of Kapton tape here. Yeah. I told you not to teach people that stuff, Phil. If I start seeing melted cased switches that had crappy M92 jobs done on them, I'm going to be mad, and it's going to be your fault. It will be your fault. Oh, I hate holes like this. All right. Oh. Probably can do. I've done this without messing up this connector, but I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna be a good boy. Oh. Now, if you're going to do this, don't put the tape on and crank it down so you're like totally, just loosely place the tape. You don't need to rip a bunch of components off when you remove the tape. It's too long. You don't need to rip a bunch of components off when you remove the tape. So, it's just a little tip. Just loosely place the tape. And definitely make sure the board is 100% cooled down before you start pulling tape. So everybody has their reasonings on tape. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt that I would get eBay switches that have M92 that were changed in the case. I see all kinds of weird stuff. How about you guys see stuff? There we go. All right, let's get my hand in a comfortable position. Much rather lift this chip with a chip lifter. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm lifting it with the chip lifter. I hate lifting chips with tweezers if I don't have to. I just hate it. I hate it with a passion. So that will work. That's much more my style. So hot air, 470. I saw some ooze come out. I don't know if you guys saw that. Wow, that's nasty. Everybody see that? Wow, let's take a look at that goodness. Oh. Hold on, can you guys see that? Can you guys get... Oh! Ugh. That's gross. There's actually a hole in the board, seriously? And that is not from my chip lifter. I will tell you that right now. That is a hole in the board. That is nasty. That is just nasty. Okay, so I'm going to add some fume extraction. Add some flux. And get my iron. Need smaller bevel tips, but this is what I have temporarily. Oh, look at that. I took off a component. Woo, because I used the big iron. Boom. And that's just a little bitty guy. Wow, it's tiny. Oh my god, I hate this bevel tip. I think they're all good. I think they're all flattened down. I'm not gonna wick it. I'm trying to be better about wicking the pads I put VGA chips on. You know I'm gonna clean it till it's gone. You knew that was gonna happen. All right, so let's examine what happened here. Let's see here. Water damage, PS4 Slim. Doesn't need to tell you like that. You make a video. Yeah, you always need to make a video, Phil. I need something to do when I'm not streaming. Oh, come on, make a video. Swap the power button. Make it like a 1 minute short. Your 1 minute short did good on that one. I need to pull the other Max ICs. Stop telling me to pull Max ICs. Man, that's just, you're a bad influence, man. Oh, pull the CPU, pull the Max IC. Don't forget the RAM. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I will probably pull it, but not right now. One thing at a time here. The other one didn't really get hot, so I'm not 100% worried about that one as much as that was a level of nasty that I wasn't expecting. And I really do not like the film that Kingbo leaves on the board. Oh, that looks great, doesn't it, guys? Look how nice that guy looks. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys think I want to put that back on the board, right, guys? Nothing wrong with that. People crazy think that the cap's going to be gross. Let's really get a look at it here. Look at that guy. I bet you there's nothing wrong with him. I bet you there's nothing wrong with him. And he's just fine. What do you guys think? Yeah, liquid damage. RIP CPU. I don't think it's a CPU. When the charger was plugged in, when it was in the case, the CPU was getting warm, but I think I was just feeling the heat from that Max IC. So we'll see what happens when I change that Max IC. Nobody wants to know what I should do with that cap, huh? Get a new one, put that one back on. I don't know, man. It just seems like a perfectly good capacitor. I don't know. It seems like a perfectly good cap to me. definitely not what I wanted to put the solder wire to. That cap, I did not want to stick it to that cap. That was not my intention on that one. All right. Using my micro pencil now. Wow, would you see the size of that solder blob on that micro pencil? Holy crap. I wasn't trying to put this cap on. I really wasn't. I was just trying to tin the pads, but you know, we're there now. We are there. That was the... Listen, anybody who ever solders, never do what I just did. Right, guys? Don't ever do that. That was not cool. But it happened. It definitely just happened, guys. Just disregard that. I just want to make sure that cap's not short before I just went through all that. I don't want to make sure it's not short. Nope, it's not short. I can check this pad up here too. Oop, that one should be ground. Nope, okay, so that cap may still be good. Yeah, I did that, guys. I'll fix that little solder blob with the hot air. That cap doesn't look pretty. Let's check to see if that cap has a short on it. Now, when you're checking for shorts on this cap right here, zoom out a little bit, focus it up here. Now, I could go to that cap right there and test it, or I could come over here to these pads and this pad here, and it's not short because this goes to this point right here. So these 3 points right here are on this cap, right? And then this cap is on the same as these because it's ground. See, it's still got some connection there. So that cap's not bad. This is still gross. And if it works, I'll replace all these little things like this. But I just want it to work. If I see it working, then, you know, it's worth doing. But if it has a dead CPU, I'm not going to waste a bunch of capacitors on a dead CPU board when those capacitors are not shorted. So no point wasting capacitors when you don't even know if the board works. So managing your resources. I have the capacitors. I could take them from another board, measure them, write it down, and then I'll have the value for the future, but not necessary if it's not going to work. So, just my theory anyways. I don't even want to put a max IC on this thing. Waste a perfectly good max IC. All right. I start to get really off with my depth perception at this level of magnification. You know, out here I'm fine. I can figure out where stuff is under the scope, but when I get into like there, it seems like I'm off a little bit. Of course, that cap is better than factory. Everything is better than factory. You know, I mentioned that earlier in the video. I'm not going to go over it again, but if you lower the value of a console when you repair it, then it is no longer better than factory, because at factory it's at max value, and then any value lost after that is not better than factory. You would actually have to increase the value beyond the retail price in order to make it better than factory. So what are we looking for? Max IC here. All right. This is what I want. Oh, he's got that stupid lead free on it. I had one. There we go. I reballed one. So we're going to use that one. If I did not have one already balled with leaded, I would swap it over to leaded. There's no way I'd put this back down with lead free. I'm not a monster. Okay, well, this one's hairy. That's cool. Look at that free hair. That'd be fine. This one's hairy and sticky. All right. All right, I'm quiet. This is a small chip and I don't want to lose it. Just want to clean it a little bit. All right, so that looks like, that's what the balls look like. And I also lost it. Oh, whew. Okay, that was close. All right. Now, I see that it has a chip in the coating, but not the actual glass part. So we're going to try it. Where is the dot on the... Oh, come on, stop! It just got me angry now. Okay, is it up top there? Is the plus mark the pin? What? Why is there no mark on these chips? The plus sign must be pin 1. That's stupid. Why would they make it with not a dot? It's just dumb. Is that what everybody's assuming? The plus sign is pin 1? Xbox One, oh gee, sold yesterday. Some form of error. Yeah, that stinks, Wayne. I hate that. Ooh, 2 switches coming, Dream. Nice. I don't have anything at the moment. Well, I do, but not anything I'm talking about right now. Okay, so we're going to put that on there just like so. Going to give me a little bit of flux. I mean, a little bit of flux. Just like that. And we're going to pick out all the hairs. That's what we're going to do. Because it's very hairy flux. Okay. Clean the tip. All right. Huh. Just trying to get it lined up here. This is. All right, I think that's good. All right, Nintendo, can you explain it? Yeah, everything is good, Tiago. It ended up leaking again in the middle of the day, so it flooded the carpet in one of the bedrooms, but we have fans on it. We sucked up all the water with a wet vac. I'm going to go out and get parts as soon as I'm done with the stream, and I make breakfast. Oh, I almost put that down at 100 airflow. Oh, wow. That would have been some kind of something, wouldn't it have? Wow. That would have been something. All right. More respectable 25. Okay, let me just bang it around a little bit. Oh, snap. Damn it. Yeah, this is an epic fail, guys. Oh, I need to get the chip off. Yep, that was an epic failure. Okay, fantastic. Oh, and I chipped the chip more. Chip the chip, that's fine. I need a minute. Oh, I need a minute. I'm gonna mute for a second and scream into a pillow. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I probably murdered that stress ball. I love fire trucks. Fire trucks are awesome. I'm going to try again. I'm going to check to see how bad that chip is. I might reball it. Waste a good chip on a bad install. I don't think so. I don't know what happened there. I like zoned out or something, and I was like, first of all, the airflow was wrong. I don't know why I did 25. I should have did 35. And I didn't stick the chip and then turn the airflow up again. I stuck it off kilter and then I pulled it up like an idiot. I don't know what was going through my brain there. That was some kind of something, let me tell you. So I'm gonna get my micro pencil with a little bit of fluxy flux. And I'm going to dip my micro pencil in some leaded solder. And I'm going to just pick this stuff up here. Cleaning my tip. See, the micro pencil can't do what I need to do there. It definitely can't do that. I have to use the bigger iron. I need a slightly smaller bevel tip. And I need to clean my bevel tip. This bevel tip is garbage. It's not even a Hacko brand bevel tip. I hated it. It's disgusting. It burns everything and it doesn't temp right. It's a horrible tip. When I first got it, it didn't even tin properly, and I had to use see, that's not where I want to be. And I had to use tip tinner on it the very first time I got it because it was garbage. So, and ever since then, it's still garbage. And I like the size, but I would like one a little bit smaller that was Hacko brand that wasn't complete trash. Flux. All my other tips are Hacko brand tips, and except for this one. And there goes that cap again. Fantastic. Just fantastic. This is why I need a slightly smaller tip. Just fantastic, guys. Stick this bad boy back down. Yep, that's it. Let's get in a new cap after I put the chip down. Done now. I had my fun. That is getting a new cap after I get a chip down. If I can fluff up these pads with this iron. There we go. Alright guys, I am sorry this is turning into a royal disaster. If this would have all happened on yesterday's stream without the leak, it would have probably went flawlessly. And because I'm trying to live up to that stream's expectations, I'm having a lot of difficulty. And that pad is not good at all. That needs to be fixed. Oh, this is something, let me tell you. I need to look at those pads on a different angle. Yeah, they look good. They don't look too high. Yep. Use the bigger iron. I need to check something real quick. Alright. I'm hating life. I really am hating life right now. This is top-notch life hating. This is top-notch life hating. All right, I'm gonna take this off of here for a second, and I'm doing something else for the minute. All right, I need a battery. All right, my button cell battery in my calipers has died, so I need a new one. In my individually packaged stupidity, I individually packaged a bulk supply of batteries from somewhere. All right, there we go. Good to go. All right, this tip is that is a 2mm bezel tip. What I need is a 1.5. I need a 1.5. So let's go on a journey through the world of Amazon. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pop this up here. And we want a Hacko 1.5mm EVE bevel tip. We're going to get a bunch of stuff. Look at this, 1.5 bevel tip. Hey, look, $129. Wow, well, I bet you that is the best one they make. I bet you that will never burn out and it will magically install chips. Wow, $129 for a 1.5 mil bevel tip. Wow, that's insane. Wow, man, if I just happened to be rich, I would definitely buy that. Oh. That's the micro pencil. That's that bent chisel. I need one of those. There's a 1.2. 1.2 would work too. Anything under 2 mil would work. But there's a 4 mil, 4 mil, 3. You just can't find Hacko tips on Amazon. Alright. Oh, not that one, that one. No, not that one. Yeah, no luck on that. No luck on double tips. Yeah, Weller tips. I have nothing against Weller other than the joke. Jason is taking too much. How am I taking too much from you, Phil? What are you saying? Oh yeah, picking up knocking caps. I didn't pull any pads, so yeah. That tip that came in that cheap set was trash when it came in. It never took solder, and it took me a bunch of, it never took solder. I would rather have a 1.5 bevel tip that is Hacko, because the 2 is just a little big. I'll tell you what I do have. What was this? What size are these? Oh, I got some 1 mils. I got some 1 mil bevels. That may not be bad. And then I have a 2 mil concave. Okay, so I have a 1 mil. I just don't have it yet. So that's better than a little small, but it may work out. So I buy cheap calipers. I don't know where they are. I buy cheap $20 calipers, $12 calipers from Amazon that are digital, unless you are doing engineering work and you need that, half a thou. Even then, I wouldn't recommend digital calipers at all. I wouldn't. I did machining and engineering. I used manual calipers all the time. People used to be like, "Oh, you can get digital calipers." Well, digital calipers can be off by more than the tolerance of a half a thou. So, when you're within a half a thousandth tolerance, digital calipers can be off a whole thousandths, 2 thousandths. So everybody engineers jerry rig solutions. You should see my stuff. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I'm starving. I'm getting shaky, and I will finish this off either in a video. I'm already gonna pull the footage from the stream and turn it into a video, but 2 hours. I don't have it in me to deal with this anymore. I'm irritated. So I'm gonna call it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.